Huh? What is it now? Wasn't the game supposed to have started already?
Yeah, well, yes. But the junk press broke down, and we thought we'd use the time for a little tutorial.
Who thought that? I don't need no stinking tutorials.
So how are you going to fix the junk press?
Just watch me and learn.
Maybe you want to listen to what I have to say first?
But you don't have anything to say.
Oh, come on. It won't be long. Just point the cursor at me and left-click.
We'll see about that.
I'm here.
Yeah, I know that.
Didn't you want to talk to me? Just point at me and left-click.
Will you stop yakking then?
Actually, I wanted to give you the next hint.
Really? How extraordinarily exciting. This is Wenzel, my sidekick, the eternal number 2.
You were supposed to talk to me, not look at me. If you keep that up, you'll ruin the whole tutorial.
Computer, talk to Wenzel.
You don't have to say that explicitly.
Who's talking to you?
Why, you are. You clicked on me.
Smarty pants. Just tell me what's wrong with the junk press. And stop wiggling your feet.
It's pressing only very gently now and doesn't really squish sufficiently.
Hey, every idiot can see that.
Well, why don't you present the tutorial then?
Okay, piece of cake. But first, I'll explain, how to talk to somebody.
You click on a character with the mouth icon.
No, you're completely wrong. I'm talking to you using the speech bubble icon. Everyone knows there's no mouth icon in this game, but there's a speech bubble icon to talk instead. Oh, and my favorite icon, the Rufus head icon for putting on, eating, and drinking things. If you can't even understand that, how am I ever going to be able to teach you how to look at an object?
I know that.
I see. And how?
I point my cursor at it and right-click when I see the eye icon.
Well, the theory is easy, but how about the actual practice?
Hey, this is your tutorial.
You're a cop-out, but be that as it may, I'll demonstrate. Do you see that little thingy on the floor over there? I will now use the tongue icon.
The eye icon.
Yeah, I will now click on it, thusly having a look at it. So you better watch closely. What's that?
It's a cathode plunger.
Thanks for the input, Wenzel, but I recognize a hydro clamp duplexer when I see one. Too bad I can only look at it. A duplexer like that could be useful.
You can pick it up. You just have to point your cursor at it so the hand icon appears. If you left-click now, you'll pick it up.
There has to be an easier way.
If you say so.
Okay, I've picked up the duplexer, but what am I supposed to do with it now?
You put it into your inventory. That's where all the items go. You've picked up that object. Now you can open your inventory by using your mouse wheel.
Hey, there it is.
Correct. This is your inventory.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's where you can see what you're carrying around. You still know how to do that, don't you?
What am I supposed to do with this?
It looks like a broken spare part.
Well, then watch me fix it. How did this strange thing end up in my inventory?
I have no idea. Maybe you'll need it for the tutorial.
Tutorial schmutorial. Look, Wenzel, I'm almost done.
Impressive. And I mean that.
Hearty huzzah and welcome. It's that time again, as it seems. We have released another edition of our game, sporting a developer's commentary, and you're one of the proud buyers. And that's why I'm happy to tell some delicate details about our game. And in this case, the game is Deponia, the first part of the trilogy, and since you have a developer's commentary version, naturally you also own the other two parts. That was an impressively clever move on your part, and before we get right into the action, we have something special here. A little tutorial. I'm pretty certain you know how to play point-and-click adventures, so in case you don't, here we will show you the ropes in a comedic manner. I hope you have, in fact, fun, and as I didn't properly introduce myself, my name is Pokey, or Jan Müller-Michaelis. but let's stick with Pokey, just Pokey. You'll get to see my face a couple more times during the trilogy, or rather my comic alter ego. Because during the game I will grab my guitar to summarize the events with a cheerful huzzah on my lips, impersonating this hobo guy in the beginning of each chapter. And of course you can click me in almost every room and I will tell you something about Deponia's production, which lasted several years. Well, not quite as long as I'll keep talking, but almost. So enjoy.
This is Wenzel, my sidekick, the eternal number 2. Yeah, I wanted to explain, how to use objects inside the inventory.
I click on them with the hand icon, thus making them my cursor. If I click on another object, now I'll combine the two.
Aw, how cute. You know, I'm tempted to believe that you know what you're talking about. I hope you won't exceed your limits if I ask you how to end a dialogue.
You click on the last option in the options menu?
Ha! Completely wrong. So, this is the thing I'm supposed to fix?
You might as well give up now. It'll never work.
Look, I know, this situation might look hopeless for a layman, but as you know, hopeless is my middle name. I'll sail this ship onto the sandbank eventually.
All right. When you're ready, you'll have to...
Now hold your horses, will you? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help. Huh, it fits.
Now you have to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
If you say so. Rufus, there's one more thing.
I told you I'd manage without your help. Now, all I have to do is press this button here, and right away...
Oh, how I love tutorials!
It's kind of pathetic, you get all erratic about dirty dishes congesting the sink. I'm tired of your bothers, remember our fathers that dwelled in a world filled with rubbish and stink. But when all hope was lost, someone raised from the dust. He was handsome and cunning, his haircut had style, courage was shining in his eyes as he said, screw you guys, mind your own business, I'm off now, goodbye.
Huzzah, he's off now, goodbye.
Junk. Junk. And more junk. A life of order and happiness. Oh, my bad. That was junk too. Well, that does it. I need to leave this dump. Fortunately, this time my plan is foolproof. This time everything will work out. Where did I put my list? Heck, I really have to get away from this junkyard.
Okay, and here we are in the first room, right in the beginning of the game. Here we will, of course, meet Rufus. Well, then again, I'd like you to play that part yourself and won't spoil too much. The beginning of Deponia is rather classic. That means a lot of the information about Rufus comes from trying things yourself through interaction. There's a lot of that. Not an easy feat, I might add. By now, in the late installments, the introduction is much smoother for your convenience, but this one's more like Edna and Harvey, where you are supposed to puzzle and guess your way through the intro. And since you already clicked the developer's commentary, I'm glad to tell you that we actually convinced Rufus to come over to our studio. Hello, Rufus!
Hey, Pokey, great to be here.
Yeah, this screen must really be a trip down nostalgia lane for you. But as I said, let the players figure out where they ended up and what to do. So I'll ask you something completely different. You were voiced by Carrie Shale for this game. Do you think that he's a good choice for this very, very, very important task?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you'd ask. Well, first things first, I've known Carrie for quite some time. We're kind of friends. And I think he's okay with me saying this. In fact, personally, I'm very fond of him. We've been through a lot. We got to know each other when I returned from Algeria. I had some bad luck there. I don't want to go into it. And then we both rode that train in Switzerland. And again, don't want to go into that. But is he the right choice for the role? Yeah, he's great. I don't want to comment any further.
With a great role comes great responsibility, right? And great is just the right word for the challenge to interpret your work of a lifetime as a voice actor, isn't it?
Well, Chaplin always dreamed about making a Napoleon film. Eventually he didn't, but as you can't actually represent Napoleon, only replace him. And this situation is quite similar. Blech. Nah, like always, there's only junk on TV. Blech. Nah, like always, there's only junk on TV. I can sleep when I'm dead, or if I survive and get confined to bed with broken legs. What's this? A sock? That explains why I've had such cheesy dreams. How did this end up here? It really is time I got out of here. Ah, there's my list. Let's see. Seems like I've packed almost everything I need. All I need now are some provisions. A toothbrush, a pair of socks, and a bolt cutter. A bolt cutter? What the... Well, guess I must have had a reason to put it on the list. All I need now are some provisions. The bolt cutter, for whatever reason, a toothbrush, a pair of socks, and that's it! Huh, my old escape plans. Some of them weren't half bad. Huh, my old escape plans. Some of them weren't half bad. Oh, my father left me. Besides alone was this stupid wooden trunk. Then he left Deponia without me. Oh, my father left me. Besides alone was this stupid wooden trunk. Then he left Deponia without me. My father left me a trunk before he left me. I don't want to open it. I don't want to be disappointed yet again. The oil is rancid. I could use it for hair wax. The best thing about it is the can. This could be useful. Ah, the first aid kit. It saved my life several times, but since the time I tried to build a shrapnel-propelled jet, there's no Band-Aid left. The only thing in there now is Tony's tranquilizer. Locked. Tony must have the key. This is Tony's room, the lion's den, or more aptly, the dragon's lair. Ah! Whoa, what's that? A guillotine so I won't enter her room? Whoa, that girl has issues. I honestly wonder why we were ever together at all. Another note from Tony. What's she complaining about now? Stay out of my room. You have no business in there anymore. Who does Tony think she is? I've got better things to do than rummage through her drawers. Will you please clean the bathroom for once? Yeah, right, in her dreams. It's seen better days for sure. Whoa! What, the toothbrush bailed out on me? Guess I should have kept it in a more germ-free environment. It's mocking me. Yeah? Well, just you wait. Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Oh, crap. I need a better plan to catch it. Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Oh, crap. I need a better plan to catch it. This could be useful. Tony says it's my turn to clean the bathroom. Now that's just unfair. It's never her turn. I've been waiting for weeks, and it's never her turn. Ugh, what gnat's piss. Ugh. I usually leave that stuff for Tony. I've only used it once. But all my clothes got discolored, and the shed burned down. A bolt cutter is a pretty useless gadget if you think about it. This could be useful. This could be useful. This could be useful. This could be useful. Let's get rid of this thing. Well, this detergent is supposed to get rid of oil stains. Who needs that? Nothing that needs plunger treatment, I'm afraid. Yeah, too bad. Wielding the plunger is my favorite pastime. Do the dishes already. They won't do themselves. Oh, yeah? Well, I'll take that chance. You scoffed all the food yet again, and I keep finding your crap in the fridge. What the hell's wrong with you? Huh? I don't understand the question. I don't see why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it. I don't see why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it. I don't see why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it. Ugh, what gnat's piss. Ugh. I wonder if I can find some provisions for my journey here. How did this end up here? Well, those are 2 socks, all right. But I need a pair. I don't want to show up in Elysium dressed like an idiot. These coats are incredible. Unbelievable how much stuff you can cram into the pockets. I'll have a quick look, see if I can find something useful in the pockets. Hey, there really was something in there. A sock. Cool. Well, I think that's all. Should be enough. Well, I think that's all. Should be enough. The good old sofa. Too bad I can't fit it into my escape pod. I've had the most amazing ideas sitting here. Plus, you can always find leftovers in it. You're not supposed to eat on the sofa. I keep finding leftovers in it. Huh? Well, isn't that a good thing? The good old sofa. Too bad I can't fit it into my escape pod. I've had the most amazing ideas sitting here. Plus, you can always find leftovers in it. Seems there are still some wasabi peas in there. But without something to put them into, I'm not collecting them. Seems there are still some wasabi peas in there. I guess these will make good provisions for the journey. Well, I think that's all. Should be enough. Ooh, cold. I need something flammable to start the fire. It can't be opened since the handle's gone. Tony was pissed off, but I needed it to secure the door of my matter transporter. I mean, the device was unstable enough without flies going in and out. Huh, not a chance. The handle is missing and I can't get my fingers into the cracks. The mouse skedaddled long ago, which doesn't mean that its plan was better than mine. Ouch! I'm not sticking my hand in there again! In you go! Nope, it doesn't. Been there, done that. Nope, it doesn't taste good. Been there, done that. Damn it, that's hot! I like my wasabi uncooked. It's a thing I have. Well, I think that's all. Should be enough. I may not be an expert, but I'm sure I need a hot wash. Too bad there's no boiling water. Note, I haven't finished packing yet. Note, I haven't finished packing yet. Nah, I don't think this'll work without the right bait. Now the little bugger's in for a surprise. Come on, brushy, brushy, brushy. Come to Papa. Ha! Gotcha! Ha! Gotcha! I'll make you suffer the next time I brush my teeth. This doesn't have to be cleaned yet. That's what I've been telling Tony for months. Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker. Damn, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool. This would make a fabulous all-round tool. Nah, who needs fabulous all-round tools anyway? That's for amateurs. Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker. Damn, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool. Nope, it doesn't taste good. Been there, done that. Something's still missing. The water or something? I may not be an expert, but I'm sure I need a hot wash. But something's still missing. I may not be an expert, but I'm sure I need a hot wash. This would make a fat... Nah. The toothbrush is there for cleaning, not for being clean. I don't see why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it. I don't see why I, of all people, should do the dishes. I mean, Tony has much more experience with it. I don't see why I, of all people... I mean, Tony... Whoa, look at that. The sock changed color. Who would have thought it? But where's the other one? Clear case of subtractive color mixing. Socks? Check. All that's missing is a pair of socks. All that's missing is a toothbrush. All that's missing is a bolt cutter, for whatever reason. All I need now are some provisions. No, I haven't finished packing yet. Bolt cutter, for whatever reason. Check. Toothbrush. Check. Socks. Check. Provisions. Check. Ha! Seems like I've packed everything. Oh, I can't close it anymore. Oh, seems like I've got to unpack something. But what? It doesn't take that much space. It doesn't take that much space. It doesn't take that much space. I'll never be able to close the suitcase with a monster like that in there. I mean, I won't need a bolt cutter where I'm going. I wonder why it was on the list in the first place. Now it fits. Packed and ready to go. I think I just strained something.
Hey, Rufus, you should save your energy for the unavoidable drop into the abyss.
Yeah, thanks, Wenzel. You can save your sarcasm for someone less well-prepared than me. This time, I took everything into account. It'll be a stroll in the park.
Ah, that's what you said last time. It took us days to remove the cactus spikes from your butt, remember?
That's all toxic runoff under the bridge. This time, everything will work out. And when finally an Elysian orbit pixie massages my back, I'll ask her to pause for a minute so I can laugh about you.
Whatever. But say, can I have your stuff when you're gone?
Yeah, sure, help yourself. As if anything on this dump is valuable. It's time for me to leave all this behind.
Great. I hope you remembered to calibrate the harpoon.
I'll do that later, after I've stored everything in the pod.
Well, then hurry up. Well, you know that the Organon are always on time.
So, after we've puzzled through the first hurdles of packing a suitcase, we can now play Rufus' first escape attempt towards Elysium, leaving behind this heap forever. Yeah, well, the weather forecast bent us over in that one. We were told there would be rain in this scene, and as a matter of fact, I always planned this scene to take place in the rain. I actually also found an old character design of Tony standing in a puddle on the screen, wearing a heavy raincoat. The smoke she always has in the corner of her mouth is just as soaked as she is, all dripping and bent. And by the way, Tony's character is roughly inspired by Doris Day. The more you know.
Trusty Wenzel. I wonder how he's going to cope without me. I should send him a postcard. Hey, Wenzel, still stuck in no man's land? It's your own fault, dunce. Yeah, something along those lines. Hey, Wenzel.
What's up?
Any signs of the Organon yet?
Nope, but they'll be here. The Organon are always on time. It's no accident that we set the town hall clock by them.
What else do you know about the Organon?
Just as little as you.
So that's really nothing.
Exactly. Their motives are as unclear as our water. Good thing they leave us alone.
Do you also think there are boundless riches in Elysium?
Don't know. I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah, but I will have so much more. Aw, poor Wenzel. And do you also think that no one has to work in Elysium?
Just a moment. You're not even working now.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm meant to be up there. And don't you think the Elysian women are the most beautiful of all?
I've never really understood why Tony and you aren't together anymore.
Yeah, well, that's why you'll be rotting in this forsaken hole forever. I deserve better than having to listen to lectures about my laziness and my unreliability all the time. About the plan.
Are there any problems?
Problems? No. The plan is perfect. But... now, what happens when I've got the pod ready?
We wait for the Organon cruiser. As soon as it's here, you light the fuse and jump into the cockpit. You have calibrated the harpoon, right?
Not yet, but there'll be plenty of time for that.
If you say so.
All right. Pack, calibrate, light fuse, and... I'll launch myself into the upper spheres!
Well, at least there's a chance that the magnet will hit the cruiser. But...
no buts. This time, everything will work. I'll show you. I'll show everybody.
it will be a spectacle. No doubt. Any other problems?
The suitcase doesn't fit into the pod.
So you didn't think of adding some storage space?
Of course I thought of it, but
So what's the problem?
I already told you. There is no problem. The plan is perfect.
And who am I to contradict you?
No one.
Anything else?
This time, it'll work out. I just know it.
Sure, Rufus, of course.
No problems. Why?
Of course not! Of course! How could I ever think such a thing?
I'll go back to work then.
You better do that. You haven't got much time left.
And a sensor. My masterpiece. I've been working on this for so long. It must have been since Monday. I might be able to do without this. No problem. Oh, crap. It's screwed tight. I gotta make room for my luggage somehow. There. And now? Now, all I have to do is load the suitcase into the pod, and off we go. There. Now where shall I put it? There we go. There. Now where shall I put it? There. Now where shall I put it? If I remove the seat, it might just fit. But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit? My trusty wrench. I wonder why this wasn't on the list. Well, never mind. I might be able to do without this. That's where the seat was attached. I'll need some kind of replacement. But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit? But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit? But how's it going to be attached? And more important, I'd rather not. But how's it going to be attached? And more This will be the most spectacular departure ever. This will be the most spectacular departure ever. I just need to prepare my escape pod for launch, adjust the harpoon, light the fuse, and then it's showtime. Then the rockets will shoot a powerful electromagnet toward a passing Organon cruiser. The escape pod is connected to that very powerful electromagnet via a long chain. Once the magnet is attached to the Organon cruiser, I can reel in the chain with a pedal-operated winch system and pull myself and the pod up. Then, the cruiser will bring me directly to Elysium. This time, nothing can go wrong. I'll have to prepare the escape pod first. I want to be better prepared this time. I'll have to prepare the escape pod first. I want to be better prepared this time. There. Now where shall I put it? There's nothing that needs to be screwed here. But how's it going to be attached? And more importantly, where shall I sit? Hey, Wenzel.
What's up?
About the plan.
Are there any problems?
Problems? No. The plan is perfect. But where shall I put the battery?
Couldn't you have thought of building a compartment or something before?
I had other things on my mind, okay?
You slept through the whole afternoon while I assembled the telescope.
Well, I have to feel rested when I get to Elysium.
Of course you have. Anything else?
No problems. Why?
Of course not. Of course. How could I ever think such a thing?
I'll go back to work then.
You better do that. You haven't got much time left.
This isn't much use now, I guess. That's where the seat was attached. I'll need some kind of replacement. Luckily, I'm a gifted lockpicker. Damn, that would have been a piece of cake with the right tool.
And here we are in the front of Tony's home. I can comment a bit on the visuals. This is in fact the first screen created for Deponia at all. I made the first version myself and thus the very first asset for the game. Yeah, my first version of the screen, Etna style. Back then, to the left was a pretty huge tire heap under the plateau with the tunnel leading to the town center. No, wait, actually the heap was on the right, and left was a pile of old ET cartridges. At the time, I read somewhere of the story that the Atari developers who created the ET console game dumped all the remaining copies in the desert somewhere, as the game did exceptionally poor. This story was so hilarious that I had to give it a friendly nod in the screen, while I was still thinking maybe I will do the screens myself again. That never happened, and I'm actually quite happy about this. Since we recruited Michael Benrath. No. I already worked with him together on a licensed game called 1.5 Nights, basically the second Daedalic game. Or was it the third after Whispered World? Before Whispered World? Yeah, before Whispered World, yeah, right. There he also did the background, and I was convinced that he's exactly the right person for drawing the cartoony backgrounds for a world like Deponia. And indeed, we were lucky to have him on board, and that he brought along enough time and motivation to work with us for several years. In fact, Micha was the first and only one on the team sitting in one room with me for roughly 1 year, and I fleshed out the complete concept for Deponia. So it was supposed to be one single game, journey, so to speak, until we realized that the whole thing was way too huge for only one game, and we eventually had to split it into 3 parts. Another remarkable thing about this game is that I noticed how alarmingly committed our animators are. We were on a rather strict timetable in regards of animation, despite our long to-do list to breathe life into Deponia. And it was here that an animator worked on a mailbox, and she was just supposed to give it a quick animation. It even was listed as a nice to have, as it was just a standard huge wrench with mailbox situation. We usually solve things like that with standard animations, at least in older titles. But for some reasons it ended up on her list, so she made this very elaborate animation where Rufus sent that mailbox flying and caught it in his coat. All I thought was, wow, I want stuff like this for the whole game. And that's where the true insanity of Deponia started. Awesome. From a scripter's point of view, this room is really interesting as well as a perspective of this bridge. It's quite a challenge for a 2D adventure engine. You see, Rufus moves forward while walking down the bridge and still moves forward when he walks up that bridge again. That means moving the character along the y-axis has him walk to the front until he hits the middle, and then he moves it to the back or the north of the screen. And that's something Visionaire, our engine, is not designed to do. That made this a very, very difficult screen scripting-wise. We tried a lot, actually did a redraw of the screen to polish it as much as possible. Very interesting screen, right in the beginning. Ah, what an introduction.
Tony always had weird tastes concerning flowers. Ouch! Hot! Nope, I've been sitting on my butt long enough. A saddle-shaped box, a classic. No problem. Oh, crap! It's screwed tight. He's blocking the way to the village center. Well, it doesn't matter, though. I'm going the other direction anyway. Hello, Hannock.
Hey,
Rufus.
I'm really terrible with names.
Is the tunnel closed again?
Yes, we had another collapse in Sector 7.
Another junk slide? All this trash is really driving me nuts. I'm glad I'll be gone for good soon.
Are you?
You bet.
Well, I only know you won't be leaving through this tunnel.
Did you see Tony anywhere?
Tony?
Big, angry, breathes fire. My former girlfriend.
Tony! Well, I guess she's down in her store, working, like everybody else, except you.
I'll finally leave this junk heap of a planet.
Oh, yeah. Another one of your brilliant plans?
This time, it's absolutely foolproof.
Yeah, that's right. You being a fool and all. But I reckon you running around here has got nothing to do with any other problems.
No, it hasn't.
Well, good for you.
Okay, the plan itself is foolproof, but...
Here we go.
I just need to prepare the capsule for the launch, adjust the harpoon, light the fuse, and then it's showtime!
Uh-huh. Then what?
The escape pod is connected to that very powerful electromagnet via a long chain. Once the magnet is attached to the Organon cruiser, I can reel in the chain with a pedal-operated winch system and pull myself and the pod up.
I see. And then?
Then, the cruiser will bring me directly to Elysium.
Well, I really don't see how this plan of yours could go wrong.
I removed the seat, but where do I put the battery now? And where do I sit?
Well, seems like you need a kind of seat with a battery compartment.
A seat with a battery compartment? I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I have. I had one just like that. It was pretty comfortable. Until I accidentally found the switch.
Don't worry, I'll make it.
Sure.
I'll write you a postcard from Elysium.
You go ahead and do that.
Ha! There you go. Ha! There you go. There. The capsule is ready. Now, all I have to do is calibrate the harpoon. And a sensor. My masterpiece. I've been working on this for so long. It must have been since Monday. There. Too bad the two directions of the control stick are blocked, but who needs those anyway? The main thing is that the crosshairs are right on the tracks. And then I'm gone. Ha! This will be a walk in the park. I did it! Now, I'll just light the fuse and boom! Well, that should be it. Stand by, Wenzel.
What?
Hello, Rufus.
Tony, why are you sneaking around like that?
This is still my house, remember? Well, it's not as obvious now since someone stole my mailbox. Oh, that reminds me. I'm supposed to give you this letter.
A letter?
Rufus, it's almost time.
Yes, I know. Sorry, Tony, but it's over. Once the fuse is lit, I'll be gone for good.
If only that was true.
I bet now you're sorry about some of the things you said.
That's right. Starting with, you can stay with me.
This is the final goodbye.
It's too early to jump for joy, I fear.
There's nothing you could say to prevent me from going.
What a stroke of luck. That means I can't say anything wrong.
No, it's too late. You can beg all you want, but I won't take you along with me.
Can I have that in writing?
Why are you here? Are you still hoping for a miracle?
It would be a miracle if you finally disappeared for real. But in case it doesn't work out again, I'll at least have the satisfaction of seeing you injure yourself.
I'm leaving. For good.
I gave up hope of that a long time ago.
Do I see a teardrop there? No. We can wait for that. I'm out of here.
The sooner the better.
I better not touch this again. It's all set up and ready to go. I just need to prepare my escape pod for launch, adjust the harpoon, light the fuse, and then it's showtime. Then the rockets will shoot a powerful electromagnet toward a passing Organon cruiser. The escape pod is connected to that very powerful electromagnet via a long chain. Once the magnet is attached to the Organon cruiser, I can reel in the chain with a pedal-operated winch system and pull myself and the pod up. Then, the cruiser will bring me directly to Elysium. This time, nothing can go wrong. I better not touch this again. It's all set up and ready to go. Oh yeah, tight fit. And a sensor. My masterpiece. I've been working on this for so long. It must have been since Monday. Trusty Wenzel. I wonder how he's going to cope without me. I should send him a postcard. Hey, Wenzel. Still stuck in no man's land? It's your own fault, dunce. Yeah, something along those lines. Hey, Wenzel.
What's up?
About the plan.
Are there any problems?
Problems? No. The plan is perfect. But no problems. Why?
Of course not. Of course. How could I ever think such a thing?
I'll go back to work then.
You better do that. You haven't got much time left.
Now is when it counts. Baloo. Well, maybe I should read the letter. Dear Mr. We're happy to inform you, blah, blah, blah. Get to the point, will ya? Unfortunately, the delivery of your screws will be delayed for... Please find enclosed a voucher for a pack of rivets. We apologize for any inconvenience this might have caused. Sincerely yours. Just a second. Screws?
That went, well. We are on board of the Organon cruiser, one of the most important of Rufus' steps towards Elysium, and what makes this room especially important is, of course, the introduction of our female protagonist. And what a coincidence, she's right next to me here in the studio, and that's Goal. Hello, Goal!
Hello, Pokey.
Maybe you could just tell us straight from the heart what it was like when you first met Rufus, and also how you cope with the dicey situation right now.
I was told there was a script.
Oh, you... okay, you thought we'd write dialogue and that this whole thing would be in any way organized. Well, we thought it would be a better approach. We just... there's the script.
Right. Really well done.
Well, okay, crap. John, just to get this straight, didn't you say I don't need to write a script? That's what you said, didn't you?
No, Pokey. I said you need to write a script.
He said I won't cross my heart. I clearly remember him saying...
another stroke of genius.
Yeah, whatever. It's way too exciting right now to listen to our very elaborated developer's commentary anyway, and I can totally understand if you want to be playing.
Phew, what a maneuver. Hey, my suitcase is here too. It must have got entangled in the chain. Just like I planned. The suitcase is stuck in the junk chute. Just like I planned. I should use my provisions wisely. It'll be a long journey. Why did I pack a pair of socks anyway? My current ones will easily last for another month. There's a flood of trash behind it. Shit, reminds me of my ex-home. I'm getting dirt between my teeth already. I'd better leave it closed for now. A well-oiled gearbox. A wire grating. There's a shaft leading upward behind it. Ouch! The wire's cutting into my flesh. I need, well, something like, has anyone here got a bolt cutter? I'll never be able to open it with that. It already has plenty of oil stains. Why? Those are still good. The arm is removing the nuts from the gearbox. Well, look at those shiny little teeth. Hey! Aggressive little bugger. As long as it's active, I'll never be able to grab it. Hey! Aggressive little bugger. As long as it's active, I'll never be able to grab it. I'll save my telekinetic powers for later. I'll save my telekinetic powers. The maintenance arm's behind there. Not a chance. I'd need fingers like Wenzel's to reach into those cracks. As long as the hatch is closed, I can't put a sock on it. I've got a foot in the door, so to speak. Not as strong anymore, are we?
This is unbelievable. This is just impossible. I think I'm getting dizzy.
Are you suffering from vertigo, Miss Gold? You should have stayed in your cabin. It was foolish of you to go against my orders.
What's going on here, Bailiff? Did you know about all this? Just a minute. All of you knew about this, right? The whole Organon is involved in this? Did you really think you could just keep it a secret? Wait until Cletus hears about this.
But you won't be telling him anything about it. You will be a good girl and wait here until the Prime Controller arrives.
And then? What then? I'm an Elysium, not one of his office clerks. How does he plan to assure my silence?
Just you wait, Ms. Gold. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Holy smoke! A real orbit pixie! I bet she'll be pretty thankful once I've rescued her from the clutches of the Dark Exchequer. Let's go! Rufus to the rescue! Nothing's happening. Take that!
No, don't! Ah!
What's that? Ah!
Oops, guess that was the wrong lever.
You damned fool! How dare you mess with the plans of the Organon? Men, throw him overboard!
You need to catch me first, but I'm much too fast for you, see? First I'm here, and now I'm gone. Here, gone. Ouch. I was so close, but no, the minute I see a beautiful damsel in distress, wham! Well, I guess that's just who I am. I'm simply a die-hard do-gooder.
Yes, this is the screen in front of the city gates. At this point, I really need to apologize to Rufus for giving him such a rough ride through the Deponia trilogy. We thought, what would be especially hilarious in our hilarious game? And the answer is, things get funny if someone gets hurt, of course. And that's why we implemented the cactus field to your right, a place Rufus already explored very thoroughly. The mechanical bull is another thing, and maybe later on something's happening with that truck's battery, or rather the battery's acid, you can already imagine. So, with all sincerity, I'm truly sorry, Rufus. Sorry for the ordeal you went through during the production of Deponia.
Yeah, well, first off, if you want to apologize, do it privately. Not now, when all the users are... I'm not going to buy that. We'll talk about this again privately. So, to be honest, I brought this onto myself, really. I was asked for my opinion how this setting should, what the setting should look like, and I offered advice accordingly. I said, like the police station of Commissioner Hunter in the Donald Duck pocketbooks, with the two lamps and the stairs. And then someone sent a picture of my father's den, like his man cave, his hobby room. And now it looks like that. It's really weird. I was genuinely scared, and the situation was about as pleasant as visiting my father's hobby room.
Yeah, shame we had to cut out that scene in the hobby room. It's kind of part of the backstory, but maybe we can use that in a prequel.
No, you don't get me, do you? No, we did not cut that one out. It's all flashbacks, and even the battery is the same brand. You really didn't have to stick that accurately to the reference, but it's all, forget it. That ship has sailed, I guess.
Yep, too late.
Miss Hinkle lost her Dachshund. Well, I'm sure it'll turn up. I mean, there wasn't much kerosene in the turbine after all. Lobo's looking for a new hammock. Well, that makes sense. The old one wasn't fireproof. Inspector Gizmo investigates the tunnel collapse in Sector 17. I hope nobody checks out the gym. George is giving away a young calf. Luckily, he's always been a bit short-sighted. Miss Hinkle lost her Dachshund. Well, I'm sure it'll turn up. I mean, there wasn't much kerosene in the turbine after all.